Alright, welcome to the channel. This video is going to be about every single Arma short course truck you can currently get, or kind of currently get. I'm going to do a brief overview of each and every one of these before we get them running. And I aim to help you guys make an educated decision for yourselves which one of these you should pick up, if not one or two, or all of them like I did. We're starting here with the Grom. Arma has multiple different variations of the model, this being the BLX that does not come with a battery or charger. Arma also has the brushed model, which is the red and like the brighter blue with the light green. Those come with a battery and charger. And Arma also has two more BLX models. One with the more white with the red and blue in the back, and also the teal and pink one. Those ones come with a battery and charger. This one does not. If you don't know anything about the Groms, they are four-wheel drive, no slipper clutch or center diff or anything, just direct drive. This is 2S and 3S compatible. This truck is bone stock, aside from these little EC2 to Dean's adapters that I got here. Truck is bone stock, it's been through hell, and I have not broken it yet. It's really fast. It loves my course over here. By far the easiest platform out of the bunch to work on. The Groms are a breeze. To get to anything in the center line, there's those 4 screws, that one, those 4, and that one. And that entire thing comes up. You can work on anything. The motor, the front pinion, even the steering rack, all of that is accessible through there. If you have a front or rear diff go out, 4 screws in the front, 4 screws in the bottom, and the whole thing opens up and you can remove the diffs. Very easy, very simple to work on. As for pricing, Arma is currently going through a bunch of price changes. So all I know is that this is technically the cheapest one of the bunch. I don't know if you include the battery and charger version if it's about tied. I'm pretty sure it's about tied with the Fury 223S without a battery and charger. So overall, this is the cheapest option you get. Up next, we have the Fury 223S. These range around the 250, 270 mark, whatever it settles on. I'm not sure yet. But here it is. It is a 2-wheel drive platform from Arma. This shares a lot of design elements from the Gorgon. It is the same platform, but a different chassis layout, different arms, different tires, different body, bumpers. Overall, it's a different vehicle, but lower center of gravity, longer wheelbase, and overall just a little more structurally intact than a Gorgon. Most of the fun stuff takes place right here in the back. You got a brushless motor, the 2-in-1 combo. A lot of people are having issues with the 2-in-1s on the 10 scale models, but I have not yet had any issues myself. But overall, this platform is extremely easy to work on. The rear end is where all the magic happens. You got 2 screws right there, 1 down there, and this comes up. You can work on the slipper clutch, the spur gear, pinion gear, get the motor out of there, all through that little area. And in order to access the rear differential, it is as simple as these 4 screws down there, and this whole thing opens up. One obvious change over a conventional layout is that the battery tray is on the bottom, right down here. 2 little clips, press in. It does limit your battery options, however, I've not really had a problem. I mostly use 2S, so it's really not a big problem for me. Overall, these are really fun, budget-friendly options. They're my favorite 2-wheel drive platform over other brands, and they're tough. They handle really well to be only 2-wheel drive. They're just awesome. You cannot go wrong. Next up, we have the current model, Arma Senton 3S, or 223S. First thing I want to note is the body clips. They are very interesting. They're not the best in my opinion. They get clogged up with dirt pretty good, and you have to actually kind of press your fingers up on the body posts under there to get it off after it gets dusty. Aside from the body, a lot has changed over the other versions. We have new bumpers, we have steel ball joints, we've got a dirt cover down here. We're running the same 2-in-1 ideal as the Fury, but this one is an 80 amp instead of a 45 amp. The newer models come with a center diff pre-installed, and along with the center diff, we have a stability control, same stability control as the 223S Fury and the Grom. Redesigned chassis over the V3. We have a hole here for the spur gear for dirt ejection. We've got reinforcements here that were very much needed on the previous versions. Newer dirt side guards. Those are really great. They integrate with dirt side guards that are in the body as well. But overall, it is the same 3S platform we've always known and loved, but with a lot of really cool upgrades. The only thing that kind of sucks is 2-in-1. However, I haven't had any issues with it on the Fury, the Groms, or this yet, so... Overall, I think this truck looks great. It handles beautifully. It's tough as nails. There's not a whole lot to complain about. It is just an Arma 3S, but it's better in every way. Next up, I've got a good one for you guys. This one you cannot currently buy. It is the Senton 6S. And yes, it's on the same platform as the Mojave, as the Typhon, Creighton, all of those good things. But it's a Senton. It's really only 10th scale. Even the body still works on the regular V3 Senton. Take a look at it. This is a very pristine example that I was able to purchase from eBay, or on eBay. The only modification I've done is an EC5 cable. Other than that, everything is stock. Well, in the wheels. These are not the wheels that come on the truck. But it is really similar to the Typhon 6S, but with short core stuff thrown on top of it. This is a V3 model, so this is the newest Senton 6S there is. However, it is, like I said, discontinued, has been discontinued for a while. These are quite difficult to get your hands on. However, I'm keeping it in the comparison for the simple fact that it fits in. It is a Senton. It's the same size as the Senton 2-3S, but it's a 6S vehicle with 6S drivetrain parts, but it weighs not a whole lot more than 3S Arma. So it is an absolute rocket ship. It's durable. It lasts forever. It's just as easy to work on as the rest of the 6S Armas. Just a few screws down here to get the entire center module out. Just 4 screws here to access the center diff and motor mount. Up front, you can completely remove the front of the truck and rear of the truck with 4 screws, plus maybe a couple extremities. Overall, this truck is a unicorn, and it's a badass unicorn. You cannot find them, but man, I wish they never discontinued these, because these would probably be my favorite overall vehicle. Up next, I have the Mojave 4S. This is by far the most abused vehicle that I own. This body is by far the weak point of this vehicle. It gets cracked so easily, and on roof landings, these pegs pop out of the chassis and cause a lot of wheel rubbing. The front kind of usually gets stuck, and then it'll get ground up on the wheels. It's just not a very good body design. However, the rest of the truck is incredible. The same center diff module and diff that is in the Senton 223S. Well, I should say vice versa. The Senton 223S uses the same thing that started in this truck. As you can also see, I've upgraded to an aluminum center drive shaft, simply because the plastic one gets shredded up. The Senton 223S comes with a little dirt guard, so that doesn't happen, but this truck definitely needed that, but instead it's got an aluminum one now. That would be the only modification that I've done to this truck, other than like removing the front lip, because that caused the body to get jammed up in the wheels. These, when they're tucked away over here, they like to melt next to the motor, so I've tied these up against the center brace, but other than that, this truck is bone stock. The only real things I've ever broken on this truck are the body. This is the second body. Arms. This is a brand new arm. I haven't even driven it on this arm yet, but the pin, or not the pin, this likes to break and step out a little bit, and I've never broken it like severely. Right here, it'll crack, but it's still drivable like that. It's terribly, terribly off tow, but it's still there, and it still works. I've driven it like that for 2 or 3 battery packs. And the rear bumper is pretty much toast on this particular one, but it's okay. It still works, and it's still there. This truck is a beast. This truck used to come in right around $500. Now it's a little higher. However, I think it's the best value out of all of them. It handles a lot like the 6S, but a little more planted. It's as tough, if not tougher, than the 3S. It's just a great overall balance between the Senton and the big boy Mojave. Speaking of the big boy Mojave, here she is, the 6S, the big dog. This truck has also seen some action. However, it is pretty much completely stock. aside from these aluminum braces I got off of Amazon or eBay, I don't remember. This is also this truck's second ESC and second motor. I don't know how, but I've had more problems with the 6S vehicles than I have any other vehicle in terms of electronic reliability. Drivetrain-wise, it's probably been the most reliable vehicle that I have. I've not gone through any diffs other than a center diff, which is because it likes to get rocks down in there and chew up that plastic diff housing. I have broken a few front A-arms. I've broken a few rear camber links. But overall, that's minor stuff. And the electronics are under warranty. The center diff is only $20 on Jenny's RC. Overall, it's just a really good platform. I love it. It's big. It's the scariest to drive, most fun to drive out of the bunch. It does suffer from all the typical Arma 6S problems like dog bones, diff cups, chassis bending. I haven't had that problem with this yet, but I've not really sent it more than 5 feet at a time. But overall, I believe the pricing on this truck is going up towards the $700 mark at this point, which is quite high. Overall, I like the 4S as a platform better. It's a little cheaper to fix, a little easier to fix. And I also think the 4S needs to be worked on a little less. This one needs some maintenance just due to the nature of it. But it's still probably the most badass truck Arma makes in terms of short course or desert truck, whatever you want to call them. So there was a brief overview of each of the current model or latest model Arma short course trucks. But I think that's enough talking. Let's get driving.
Alright, we got the Mojave Grom all plugged up. We got a 3S in there. Come on, there you go. That's the one thing with these technical cars. They get stuck on everything. Well, to be fair, the tires are kind of bald. Oop. Stuck again. That's the problem with these tiny cars. So if you guys are looking for your first RC car, this one's a pretty good choice. It's extremely durable. Really fast. I don't know if you can tell. Got a built-in gyro, but every little thing in the terrain really disturbs these things. They get really bouncy, they get really stuck and caught up on things. Like little rocks and pebbles, imperfections in the dirt. But overall, it's still a really fun little car. For the price, to get something four-wheel drive and this fast, I feel like it's a great deal. But as you can see, they really do not do well as small vehicles. But they will take a beating, that is for sure. I've actually never broken this RC car. Doesn't mean you won't. That was really good. Oh. Yeah, it struggles in pretty much any terrain that isn't perfectly flat. Oops. Over. Come on. There we go. They are very affordable to own, easy to fix. When it does break, it's really not a problem. Try to do a clean lap real quick. No? Okay. It's just too tiny. Too tiny for any real terrain. Still a lot of fun though. Surprisingly stable. It is the most stable Mini I've ever had out here. Whoa. Oh, man. Alright, we got the Fury on 3S. I would never recommend driving a two-wheel drive on 3S, ever. It is basically uncontrollable. But for the sake of the video, and for everything being on full power, we're gonna do it. There's too much wind to jump this thing. This thing is more body than it is chassis, so wind really gets under it. Can't even get a decent lap out of this thing on 3S at all. Yeah, no. Not even close. This is way too much power. On bald tires as well. Yeah, I can't give it any throttle at all. I may as well just be running this on 50% on 2S, because any amount of power just spins it out. The wind dies down, I'll jump it, but full throttle for a second. It didn't spin out, that's a miracle. Oh, it wants to spin out. Ow. Two-wheel drive also, you guys are new, does not brake at all. It's only the rear tires that are brakes, instead of all four on a four-wheel drive. My foot is full of dirt now. These things, I would only really recommend them for pavement as well, just like the Grom, at least on 3S. Because any amount of throttle, it will just spin. These things are better at the skate park and parking lots than anything. That's half throttle, because any more and it's just going to spin out. Half throttle, because any more will just spin out. There we go. Okay. Overall, this is probably my general choice if I were to recommend an RC for a beginner, because two-wheel drive will just teach you how to drive better, how to be a better driver. Come on, there we go. It's insanely durable. You could nose pike it all day. very easy to work on, almost no maintenance. I've never really had to maintain this vehicle. We'll go ahead and run this way, see if we can get a good high-speed pass. Yes, we can. Look at that. Oh, there's LVC and there's a brick. Two-wheel drive is so uncontrollable. Time for the Senton 223S. Alright. Running 3S. So in real time, I'm actually driving this after driving the Senton 6S. It's for battery purposes. Recharging the Senton 6S so I can run Mojave 6S on the same battery. This thing drives a lot better, man. So much smoother. This kind of glides over the surface. I can actually drive this thing one-handed, so the footage is probably better. There's no real place for the Senton 6S. I believe that's why it got discontinued. Because the Senton 3S really, it handles better. It's tougher. Whoops. Fail. This thing's just kind of better in every way over the 6S. Doesn't push nearly as hard. That's not what I wanted to do. If you guys haven't driven an Arma 223S vehicle, you gotta. It's just so smooth. Ouch. Tough too. I mean, they're all pretty tough. There's a pole there. Couldn't see it at all. There we go. Got it off. This is so smooth, man. Whoops. That was a skill issue. Anyway, we'll go this way anyway. Woo! Almost found a tree. Tree stump, or whatever, big old piece of wood. How well it handles, man. Oh, there it is. Found it. That's LVC already. That is a problem with these 223S vehicles. It's really the only problem with these 223S vehicles. It's LVC, man. You saw every moment of runtime on this battery. And it's a good battery. It's a good name brand. It's Electron Pro. Alright, now it's time for the unicorn, the Senton 6S. Alright. thing is a rocket ship. It's a blast to drive. Not as planted as the Mojave. New Mojave. Oh, I got dirt in my ass. It's pushing so hard. It's basically a Typhoon with short course body, as stated before. So even though you can't get the Senton, just imagine it has a wing on it and a tiny little body, and that's basically what this is. Really not worth all the looking around and hunting and overpaying, in my views. Because it's just a Typhoon. It drives like a Typhoon. It's just a Typhoon with a little more protection on it. But it's still awesome. Anyone that's owned one, driven one, will agree. Arma should not have discontinued these. Because now people got to take brand new Typhoons and convert them. That's freaking awesome. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it drives like that. Nope, did not want to hit that. Something about this tactic radio, it just feels like it's got a delay. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually. This radio is terrible. It's so delayed. I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. It's not. This thing feels like two-wheel drive. It really does. It's a bullet. Alright, now we got what I consider to be the best platform so far. Mojave 4S, baby. Steering is probably the main weak point on these vehicles. That is full crank left. But this is a 2-year-old truck with completely stock electronics. I haven't had to replace anything on this thing. This is by far the most abused RC car in my collection. And when it crashes, it looks awesome. Whee! Woo! Y'all hear that sonic boom? Oh. This thing will get up and rip. Ooh. This is the best one. I know we haven't driven the Senton 6S or the Mojave 6S yet, but this is the best one. Whoa. This truck gets the most airtime, and I'm actually limiting. Oh baby, he's fine. I'm actually limiting how hard I send it because I've got my car right behind me. My little track is not big enough for this truck. This thing just wants to be free. Traction roll, please. Get up. Thank you. Ooh. Yeah. This thing does not have a gyro, but it does not need it. That center diff kind of acts as a gyro. Oh, that hurts. She's fine. I promise. This thing just doesn't break, man. If I were to do that with the Mojave 6S, it would have exploded. That's OVC already. And now it's time for the big dog, the Mojave 6S. Whoa.
a little more top heavy than the rest. Woo! Whoa. Oh. Oh. He's fine, hopefully. Whoa. Uh-oh. Something seems awkward. Maybe not. Oh yeah, something's bad. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Or not. Okay. I don't even know. We're gonna keep running it. Starting to think maybe a tire's rounding out or something. Or a wheel hex. Oh! Possibly. That is exactly. It might not even have rounded. I might have just lost a nut. Looks to me like I just lost a nut. Let's go find it. And then here's the tire. Let's see, does it seem rounded? Oh yeah. It's crazy I was able to diagnose that. That's funny. Oh. Yeah, something was nice. Now I gotta find the nut. It seems like every time I drive this truck, I'm out here looking for something. Normally it's a dog bone because a camber link pops or something like that, and a dog bone just ejects to outer space. This time it's a wheel hex. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I think I have spares though. I was unsuccessful in finding the nut, so I'm going to use one of these, and we're going to go looking for nuts in the parts bin. Alright, I found a nut. Yippee! Alright, well, she's back up and running. Just a rounded wheel, and just happen to have some spares, some really crappy ones. Its front left is now completely bald, but that is okay. It runs, doesn't it? Woohoo! Oh! Not what I wanted to do. Oh, you can see it lean so hard in the corners now because it doesn't have traction. There, you can
can see it push on brakes. Let's try to hit the jump. This truck hates the jump, but... Oh, okay. Never mind. Normally when I try to jump this thing, it like flings like rear end up and then doesn't work like at all. Oh yeah! I don't know when this thing became so good at jumping. This ramp has always been its bane of existence. Okay, we're doing that this time. Okay. Broke the front of the body a little bit. Like the front little brace bumper thing. Oh. Nice. Woo! Can't see it. No. Uh-oh. What the hell? There's a hole out there. Ugh. Dang. Oh. All right, overview time. Which one should you buy? Well, pick one. That's the point of this video. That is the point I want to make. I want you guys to watch through the footage and figure it out for yourselves. I'm not even going to tell you which one my actual favorite is. Pick the one that you like the looks of the most. Pick the one that you like the handling of the most based on what you saw in my video. Do some research, see some other videos. I'm sure you have seen other videos of these vehicles. But I just wanted to showcase them all in the same environment with the same driver, and hope that it gives you guys direction on which one to go with. I do want to acknowledge the fact that I don't own every single Arma short course truck ever, because I would have needed these guys here. These are the original Arma two-wheel drive short course trucks. The Mojave two-wheel drive and the Fury two-wheel drive. You can see that they're on the old twin aluminum plate chassis that Arma started the brand with. In fact, you can go to Arma's own website and YouTube channel and filter by oldest and see these vehicles in action. They exist, but just not anywhere that I can find them to buy them. I looked everywhere for months to see if I could get one to throw in this video, but they're just non-existent. I've seen a couple of the Furies for sale on eBay, but they were in extremely rough shape, not stock, and I wanted to do stock comparisons, and you can't even get the parts for those ones specifically anymore. And plus, the reason I didn't try my best and just pick up whatever one that I saw for sale is because technically the current version Fury is an evolution of this platform.
Our current Fury, Vortex, Gorgon, Quake, those vehicles are basically a direct evolution of what these used to be. Just a version 2, really. So I consider the current lineup the latest version, but I did want to point these out because I think it is very cool. But anyways, I'm going to stop yapping. I hope the video helped you guys make a decision, or at least points you in a direction to watch some more videos. Watch videos on each of them, watch them all individually. I guarantee I'm probably not the first person that you've gone to make this comparison. And plus, I just kind of wanted to show it off, because who else has all of them? I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. This took me a long time to make. I lost motivation for a while to make this video. I pretty much was ready to give up on it, but here it is. And I hope it was worth your time. This has been a very, very long video, and I appreciate if you've made it this far. Hope to see you guys in the next one, whatever that may be. Have a great night.